With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayer's iRacing paints ARCA series fires things off for race number 7 out of the 10 race regular season. That chase is beginning to get closer and closer, just 3 more nights after tonight. Will we see another first-time winner? We've had 6 different race winners in our first 6 races last week. Jerry Cochran gonna take the win at the Monster Mile Dover International Speedway. Wolf Cochran, our first repeat winner, our first back-to-back winner. Long way to go to find that out and figure that one out. But nonetheless, how you doing? How you feeling out there in TV Land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. Just about a minute and a half rolling off the stopwatch here in this qualifying session. So what do you say? We go ahead and throw up some of that timing and scoring information over there to the left-hand side of your screen. And how about that? The fast forward of Jerry Cochran back to the top of the speed charts right now. Provisional pole belongs to that 18, a 30:08 is the fast time so far here tonight. And it looks like we may have gotten a little bit of mix-up on our end on drivers that should be highlighted. The 18 of Jerry Cochran should have that turn 3 burnt orange number on him, but it looks like I believe Jerry Cochran Jr. is the one that has that yellow moniker, orange moniker, so we'll have to take a look at that, try to get that fixed up and corrected for you. Nonetheless, let's see who we've got. Jim Thorndike, Sean Mitchell goes inside of the top 5. He's going to be bumped back now as Todd McGregor in the 71 machine going to go 4th on the speed charts. That's going to force the 58 back outside of the top 5. Blake Hensley, Brandon Key, they're out there for their qualifying laps with just 2 minutes remaining, and Brandon Key going to go 2nd on the speed charts, 30:13 for him, so just a little bit off pace. And Blake Hensley going to top them all. How about that? The newcomer here this week at Darlington Raceway. He's going to put it on top of the speed charts. Quick time tonight, 29:95 for that age Chevy Impala piloted by Blake Hensley. Larry Poling, Ethan Mokwa, Pierce Maffett, Mike Sobanowski yet to put in their time lap. We'll have to wait to see if the Cuban Missile Rocket Roy Fernandez gets out there on track or not, or if he's pulling admin duties here tonight with Justin Gann just down the hall. We haven't had a chance to run down there, check in on those fellas just yet this evening. We'll take a stroll down the hall here just shortly, trying to figure out who exactly is in that admin and race control booth with Mr. Gann here tonight. Just about 4 or 5 drivers left to put in their qualifying time, and it doesn't look like anybody else is going to get out there on track with just about 45 seconds remaining. Looks like fast time tonight in the pole position going to belong to newcomer Blake Hensley at the front of this field. How about that lap time right there? A 29:95 for Hensley. What a job well done right there. That is a quick time for qualifying for Hensley. And well, we're going to step away for a brief commercial break, then head back trackside for your national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And we'll come back trackside to the Discover SouthCarolina.com 150 here tonight. Race number 7 for Swift Motorsports BUTTKICKER Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series. And as drivers slowly make their way through final pre-race inspection and get to their starting spots, what do you say we run down some official business coming in to tonight's race? Just 3 races after tonight to decide that championship chase grid. Right now, drivers sitting at the top of the point standings: Jerry Cochran in that 18 machine, Hunter Collier, Pierce Maffitt, Todd McGregor, and Jason Branch round out your top 5. Very close battle all right there. How about John McMillan Sr. and Jim Thorndike? They're knotted up 6th and 7th in the standings. Noah Owens, Lee Campbell, Larry Poling. How about Jerry Cochran Jr. back there in that 82 machine? He's having a good solid run so far. Sean Mitchell in the 58, previous race winner. He's outside of the top 10, looking to have a good run, looking to have some solid finishes and see if he can't somehow find a way into the postseason, into that championship chase grid. And how about newcomer Mike Sobanowski? He's been to the track for, I believe, 3 weeks now, but hasn't been able to turn very many laps. Technical issues and electrical issues keeping that 12 Ford Fusion out of contention. So we'll have to keep our eye on Sobanowski, see how he goes about it here tonight. Logan Hartman in the field here. He's going to be one to watch here tonight as well. And as we said in the pre-race, 6 different race winners so far. Will we continue to see that trend here tonight, or will we have our first repeat winner here in season number 4 for the Swift Motorsports BUTTKICKER Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series? We'll get rid of that graphic and we'll get a little closer to the racetrack. What do you say, race fans? Why don't we go down there to that starting grid, and there you can see most of the drivers beginning to get lined up, beginning to hit their starting spots. It looks like just the final few drivers getting to their starting position. Jim Thorndike in the 59, he's going to be the last one through tech and inspection. We'll see if he makes it to the starting grid in time. And already those bells going in the background. You know the sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for the Discover SouthCarolina.com 150, starting inside row number 1 with the quick time and qualifying newcomer, the 8 of Blake Hensley. Jerry Cochran gonna line up just to his outside in that outside pole position. Back in row number 2 tonight, the 21 of Brandon Key, followed by the 98 of Hunter Collier. Lee Campbell, Todd McGregor back in row 3. Row number 4 here tonight belongs to Jim Thorndike and Sean Mitchell. Line starting position, the 51 of John McMillan Sr. Jerry Cochran Jr. gonna line up just to his outside, rounding out your top 10. Logan Hartman back in row number 6. He'll be joined by Pierce Mappin in the 41 machine, both Justin Gannon, Roy Fernandez, Ethan Mokwa, all down the hall in the race control and admin booth. So rounding out the field back in row number 7 will be the 69 of Larry Bowling and the 12 of Mike Sobanowski. Pace car gonna duck off, will jump up with their race leader. Here we go. Once again, race fans, and wait for it. There it goes on the gas. Green flag flies. Big stack of them already stacking them up, and there's trouble. Trouble already for Cochran. Big trouble on the start of the race. Oh boy, Calamity Corner, and we didn't even get to the corner. Let's go back. Let's go ahead and see if we can't see what happened as the music fades away in the background. Let's go back to this green flag, see how it all went down. There you see all the drivers off of turn 4 on the gas. Looks like somebody stumbles right there through the gears. Who? I believe that is 98 stumbled to get up through the gears, and that's where all the calamity started right there. We'll take one more look at it here. The 18 gets going, and 98 just doesn't get going. Contact with the 14, that gets 98 a little bit loose, and then contact between the 18 and the 21. That gets both of those drivers out of shape. More drivers working their way through. My goodness. Big time implications early here tonight. And now that 18 of Jerry Cochran looks like he may have some trouble getting around the racetrack the rest of the night. He's crab legging it down pit road. That is going to be a tough fix. And well, you want action, you got action early here. Drop of the green flag. We seen trouble immediately. Drivers getting into each other and into that inside safer barrier. Jerry Cochran in the 18 Ford Fusion, he's in trouble. Hunter Collier in the 98, also with damage down on pit road already. That's going to maybe I could say it. That's going to thin down the field just a little bit more. 14 drivers taking to the starting grid here tonight. 2 of them already on pit road, and for all intents and purposes, race fans, their nights are pretty much over. They're going to be down at least 2 laps by the time we go back green flag racing. So it looks like big trouble for the 98 of Hunter Collier, as well as the 18 of Jerry Cochran. And someone we're not seeing here out there on the track, driver that went to victory lane about 5 weeks ago, 4 races ago. So that was right at about 5 weeks ago, right at about a month ago. Tyler Tomasi hasn't been back to the track. We hope Tyler's out there doing well. Hope we see him back on the track here very soon, very shortly. But Tomasi, not inside of that top 10, does have a race win to his name. We'll have to wait to see if he gets back to the track. Jim Thorndike, highest running previous winner this season, sits in 5th as we work our way around this 1.3 mile egg-shaped oval nestled just northwest of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. The sand and a beach sun right there. You can see that sun setting in the distance. We will end tonight's race under the lights, so expect a big transition. Drivers you see at the front may not be at the front all night long, and you can see already some damage on that 14 of Lee Campbell. The right front, you can see that tire a little bit more than what you would normally want to, and it also looks like possibly 51 of John McMillan Sr. may have some damage as well. Let's go back here. No, the 51 Folgers machine looks still to be straight on that right front side. That may be Jim Thorndike or possibly the 71 machine that we see a little bit of damage on. Sean Mitchell in the 58, that's where we're seeing a little bit of that tire showing once again. So Sean Mitchell with a little bit of contact. Driver's going to get the 1 to go. Everybody going to get back double file. We'll get set to fire this thing off properly. What do you say, race fans? everybody getting double file. You see the gaps beginning to close up just a little bit more. Look at that beautiful sunset back in the distance as the lights slowly begin to power on. And this is gonna have a great finish, a great feel to the night already. I'm telling you, I feel it. It's about to go down. Turn number 4, it's in his hands. He's the race leader. Wait for it, and green flag flies. But once again, everybody up through the gears. Looks like the start's a little bit cleaner this time. Maya Kinsley's back in the turn 1, no problems for him. The 21 of Brandon Key right behind. Tom McGregor now. Lee Campbell up into 4th. Jim Thorndike, John McMillan Sr., Sean Mitchell battling with Pierce Maffett. Maffett going to take that 7th spot away for now. Logan Hartman moving the 15 machine inside the top 10. Hartman now up to 9th. 10th place, Hunter Collier after hard contact. He's still able to get by the 82 of Jerry Cochran. Mike Sobanowski up 4 positions. He's up to 12th. Going to keep it right here with the race leader for just the time being. Already a half a second in front of Brandon Key, and Key with the same amount of distance back to drivers working their way off of turn 2. You see a lot of them already flirting with that outside wall. The Darlington stripe, it is real. We will see it. We will see the right sides of these cars pretty beat up, pretty damaged throughout the course of the night. You're just going to go up there and just rub the wall a little bit. You might pancake it time and again. Looks like everybody clean and clear off of the corner exit right there. Logan Hartman with some trouble. He's back on the pit road. Jerry Cochran Jr. also to pit road. Already 1.5 second advantage for Blake Hensley. He's going to look sent off in the sunset. Brandon Key right there. You can see Key running in that 21 machine, keeping it away from the outside wall, trying to keep it as clean as he can. A few drivers back there. You can see struggling just a little bit. I believe that was 41 of Pierce Maffett sideways out of the corner exit. Outside wall for that 51 of John McMillan Sr. Some contact with the outside wall coming into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to lose a little bit of ground to the drivers back in front. We'll jump around the racetrack just a little bit, trying to bring you some more of the action out there. You can see that Mobile 1 71 Pass Pro Shops tracker machine piloted by Lee Campbell. That's not Lee Campbell. Lee Campbell in the 14. There's Lee Campbell. Just in front of him is the 71 Mobile 1 Bass Pro Shops tracker of Todd McGregor. Jim Thorndike right behind Campbell, slowly but surely trying to make up some ground as Campbell now been into the outside wall, at least on 2 occasions so far here. And we work lap number 11 out of the 150 scheduled in tonight's official race. Distance drivers are going to have to be on it all night. They're going to have to be aware of the wear, and they're going to have to really manage the damage that they sustain throughout the course of the run, because it's going to pile up and eventually come back to bite them. Speaking of coming back, already 3 drivers listed down and out of tonight's race out of the 14 that started tonight's event. Jerry Cochran Jr. The Cochran clan down and out tonight at Darlington. 13th and 14th is where they'll walk away. Logan Hartman, big trouble for Hartman. He's out of the race as well, back in 12th, and more contact trouble as Sean Mitchell goes around. There you can see the 58 trying to get it back underway. Let's go back, see how it all went down. Let's see what brought out our second caution of the evening. You can see the 58 of Sean Mitchell just kind of by himself, a little bit of contact with the outside wall. That was enough to send him sideways. Can't quite catch the car, and oh, nope, he doesn't back it into the outside fence. That's where the night-ending contact could come from. But look at that front end, already beaten, battered, heavy damage on the front end of that 58 machine. So we'll jump back with your race leader once again, back behind the pace car, Blake Hensley. Your pole sitter has led all 14 laps. Will he lead a parade of drivers down pit road? And it looks like a few drivers going to go ahead and take the opportunity to come down and get some fresh tires on the car, maybe do some damage control, massage the fenders a little bit. Jim Thorndike, Pierce Maffett, Hunter Collier, Sean Mitchell, all four of those drivers, they're going to go ahead and give up the track position for now and head to pit road here on lap number 15. That will leave your top 7 out on the track. Larry Polking in the 69 machine going to be listed as the last driver to stay out and not come down to get those tires yet. 15 laps in, is it too soon to grab those freshies? We'll have to look at the timing and scoring, see how it all plays out. Looks like Larry Pulling and John McMillan Sr. both going to pull the pit road this time around, so they will stay out for one lap and then come back down, get those tires, get those 4 fresh tires put on, get the full can of fuel, get ready to set sail off into the sunset and try to see if their tires don't have a little bit of an advantage. We got to get that long run. We got to have that green flag pit cycle really work through if we're going to see the advantage of the tires really show themselves, because the advantage at the beginning is only going to be compounded as we get closer to the end of a green flag run. We'll still have 1 lap to go. We go back. Green flag racing here once again, race fans, from Darlington Raceway. That's right. Right here in Darlington, South Carolina, just about, I'd say right about the 50, maybe 75-mile mark away from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Big family tourist destination if you haven't had a chance to go down and check out the beaches over there. A short little drive, find yourself sitting in some nice, cool sand and sea. Well, because the sand, you know, gets, never mind. Just, yeah. Scott, good to see you checking out there in the chat. We did see your comment a little bit earlier here, and I don't know where the other half of the team's at, man. You gotta make them phone calls. Get on the Insta Twitter and get your guys to the track, my man. I don't know where they're at, but it is all up to Jim Thorndike here at the night of 59. We're gonna have a tall task at hand. He's up 2 positions so far here. He'll restart in the 6th position, just to the outside of, I believe that will be Lee Campbell. No, just to the outside of who is that in that Ford Fusion? I believe that may be Mike Sobanowski back there. No matter how it goes, front row remains the same. Blake Hensley and Brandon Key will fire things off for the 2nd time here tonight. Pace car now down in the lane. Waiting for Paul's man in the flag stand. Now Smith to drop the green flag. Wait for it. Here comes Hensley on the gas, and green flag flies once again here from Darlington as everybody snatches the gears You can see the back end of the cars really begin to wiggle around as they try to catch that traction, get the grip before they head off into turn one. Big run there by Todd McGregor. He's all over the tail end of Brandon Key. We'll take a look at this battle unfolding as race leader Hensley continuing to show that speed that he showed in qualifying. Hensley already out to 0.6 of a second advantage. Flirting with that outside wall as well. Keep your eye on it. I'm telling you, it's going to be easier to find the clean cars than it is to find the cars that have the damage. There's going to be a ton of them with some right side damage before the end of this. 3 drivers already sustaining too much damage at the track. Too tough to tame. That's right, the Lady in Black claiming 3 victories already early here tonight before lap number 20. Back across the stripe, big battle here. Jim Thorndike, Todd McGregor going at it for the 3rd position on the racetrack. They've given up a lot of time to the drivers in front. There you see Brandon Key with 1.2 second advantage over McGregor as Thorndike all over him. Pierce Maffin not letting those 2 drivers get away. Sean Mitchell, he's got to make up about 8/10 to get himself back up in the 3-car battle. As they work their way off of 3 and 4, looking to the inside comes Thorndike. McGregor out of shape at the top. The GTR simulator machine drops to the bottom of the speedway. Gonna grab that 3rd and final spot in the podium here on lap number 21. Thorndike moving a little further towards the front of 4 positions from 7th to 3rd. Thorndike looking to run down Key now. Here's the 41 of Pierce Maffin all over the tail end of Todd McGregor. McGregor struggling a little bit in that Mobile 1 Bass Pro Shop tracker machine. Chevy dominated front of the field. 6 bow ties at the front. And then your first fast forward is Lee Campbell in the 14 machine. You can see Campbell just off of the corner exit right there. A little bit of a wiggle by all of the drivers, really. Everybody seems to be a little bit out of shape. Coming off of these corner exits. Go down to one of our onboard camera shots. I believe we've got an onboard camera inside of that 41 with Pierce Maffin. Rolling contact right as Maffin gets. Oh, did he save it? Holy jeez, how did he save it? I don't know how he did it, but wow. Let's see if we can take a look. Let's look back at that. There's contact right there with the 48. Maffin into the outside wall, back into the 58 once again. He gets completely sideways. Somehow saves the car. Here's Maffin with some heavy damage now. There you can see him down on the bottom of the apron. We'll jump back live with the race leaders. But Maffin goes from making some moves to having to make adjustments to the strategy. He's going to have a long night ahead of him after contact. Now Mike Sobanowski, he's got some trouble. He heads to pit road. Oh boy, Brandon Key up against that outside wall. Larson line and almost kissing the guardrail that time. Big wiggle and slide off of the corner. I don't know how he kept that thing underneath him, but luckily he did. No caution flag. He stayed green flag on lap number 25 out of the 150 scheduled here tonight. And Jim Thorndike, Todd McGregor back at it. Back going at one another once again. Thorndike in 3rd. McGregor wants it back. Gaps at the front of the field really beginning to show prevalence here. Hensley has been fast lap after lap last time around. As a matter of fact, a 30.96 ran by race leader Blake Hensley inside that number 8 Impala. And even the drivers with the fresher tires, they're struggling for that pace right now. A 31.38 by Sean Mitchell was the fastest time turned in with drivers on those fresher tires. So even then, still a little bit off pace. Still a little off pace. this time around, he's going to be just 2/10 slower than your race leader. So somehow, Hensley finding some pace, finding a way to keep the speed of those older tires, and he continues to build that race lead. 1.8 seconds now over Brandon Key, who has about 5 seconds over these drivers battling for third and fourth on the speedway. Jim Thorndike, Tom McGregor back in the fourth position. Sean Mitchell rounds out your top 5. Jump around the track just a little bit, see what we see if we can't give you any more racing action, and we're going to go. And back right here to this battle at the front stretch under the flag stand, heading down into turn number 1. McGregor, Sean Mitchell right there as well. Everybody chases that man who just went off screen. That's the 21 of Brandon. Those 3 drivers coming back once again. Back down into turn number 3 we go. Through the center of 3 and 4, Thorndike gonna have a little bit over McGregor starting to get hounded by Sean Mitchell, and here's that 58 of Mitchell looking to the inside now. Will he be able to have the position by the time they get to 1? He's gonna have to back out just a little bit. 71 keeps it round up at the top of the speedway. The Larson line working here in 1 and 2. Darlington Raceway. We're still quite a ways from the halfway point. And if everything stands here, Blake Hensley's going to make a splash and kick the door down with your debut race. The 8 out to almost a 3-second advantage now. We're going to have to see a caution flag fly. Anybody's going to want to catch up with him. Either that or he's going to have to hit that outside wall pretty hard. Thorndike, McGregor, Mitchell still 3rd, 4th, 5th on the speedway. There's Sean Mitchell looking to the inside now down to turn number 3 and 71 of McGregor going to go ahead and let him pass. Looks to do a little bit of a crossover. Not going to have the time to get the job done. 58 out of shape off of 4. Speedway, so we're going to stay right here for just a moment before we head back up with your race leader, Blake Hensley. 2.5 second advantage for Hensley right now over Brandon Key. Oh, and into the outside wall a little bit. Thorndike with some contact, Mitchell with some contact with the outside wall, but it looks like it's hurt Jim Thorndike more than anybody as Sean Mitchell makes a move to the bottom of the racetrack and he'll grab 3rd away. Now Jim Thorndike struggling to keep McGregor and Bay. That's going to be 4th and 5th on the speedway. That's all it takes, race fans. One moment that you lack some concentration up into the outside wall. That's going to be enough to break the momentum and to slow the speed. If drivers are anywhere close, they are absolutely going to jump on that opportunity. And oh, into the outside wall on the straightaway is the 59 of Thorndike. Let's go back, check in with the race leader. He has absolutely checked out, set and sail right now. The gap is slowly starting to come back. Brendan Keith beginning to close back in on race leader. Last time around, Brandon Key was almost a half a second faster. A 31.92 turned in by race leader Brandon Key with a 31.46. Let's see how they go this time around. 32.19 to a 31.74. So the fast man on the track right now is the driver running in second. That 21 machine, he is reeling Hensley in and reeling him in fast and contact. Hard contact with the outside wall. Oh no, Brandon Key. That's going to slow that momentum down quite a bit. He's going to get back some of that time. just off into the distance. I do believe that is that 69 of Larry Bowling trying to keep himself on to the lead lap. Yes, indeed, it is that 69 machine of Larry Bowling trying to keep himself on the lead lap. We have 10 drivers left out on the track, 10 drivers on the lead lap. But Blake Hensley is trying to put the 69 of Bowling one lap down, one less person to have to worry about and deal with. And now Brandon Key, after that contact, it has indeed scrubbed speed off of that 21 machine. More contact through 1 and 2 with the outside wall that time around. And pushing the limits at the front, Blake Hensley sideways. Things beginning to stretch themselves out here after we've had a long green. Oh, and into the outside, hard impact by the Budweiser number 8 Chevy Impala, piloted by your pole sitter Blake Hensley, and now contact from Brandon Key. He was able to close in within a half a second. Will he be able to take that top spot away? The 8 looks to head to pit road. Oh, tricky little pit road. Does he get it done? Yes, he does. He's able to get to pit road quickly, and Brandon Key going to take over the lead of tonight's race. That's going to be our first lead change, only our second different race leader. How long does Key stay out? Lee Campbell on the 14, also to pit road. This time around, looks like Brandon Key's going to go ahead and head down to pit road. That may very well give the race lead to this driver. And yes, he's going to stay out on the track. Sean Mitchell in the 58 machine, he's going to stay out, lead a handful of laps. And keep in mind, Mitchell, he came to pit road back on lap number 14, so he's got a little bit of ways to go. He can probably stretch this thing out another 9 to 10 laps or so before having to come to pit road. We'll see if that is the winning strategy here tonight, as everybody else except for the 51 heads to pit road. Brendan Key, Todd McGregor, Jim Thorndike, Hunter Collier, Pierce Method, all down for service and tires. Different stats scrolling down across the ticker there for you to try to keep up and play along with us all season long. There you can see all the race winners beginning to work their way across the bottom of the screen. As we said earlier tonight, nobody's been able to go to victory lane 2 times so far this season. No back-to-back race wins, no double race wins, no nothing. We've had 6 races with 6 different winners, and sideways at a turn number 2. Race leader Sean Mitchell, he's dirt tracking here at Darlington. 6 different race winners in as many races. That lets you know the type of competition you're dealing with week in, week out, as we get set for the holiday break. These drivers is going to solidify themselves as the man to beat with just 3 races before that championship grid is set. And we've got a lot of heavy hitters out there tonight, but we've had some heavy hitters struggling also. Jim Thorndike, Pierce Maffitt, both outside of the top 5, running 1 lap down here right now to the 58 of Sean Mitchell, who stayed out and has extended this run after coming to pit road back on caution number 2. So, I mean, is this the moment that Mitchell begins to really make that run for a top 10 in the point standings? He's outside of the point standing, top 10 right now, sitting, I believe, in 12th position coming into tonight's race. So is this tonight that we see our first 2-time race winner? Is this when we start to see momentum shift Is this the time we see consistency pay off right now? Last time around, race leader ran a 32.16. Blake Hensley with a 30.94. That is ridiculous. Jim Thorndike turning in a 37.9. That is crazy quick. So the tires definitely making a difference on the speed. Just how much will Mitchell lose in this exchange after staying out for so long here? Almost 10 laps longer than Blake Hensley, who came to pit road back on lap number 39. We're working our way off of turn number 4 to take lap number 48. So right at 9 laps right now is the difference on the tires for Sean Mitchell and Blake Hensley. And interesting enough, Hensley not in the picture yet. We're not seeing him come into the background of the picture with your race leader. Well, there he is, right there, just as we were mentioning it. If he gets himself his lap back before Mitchell pits, that's when that 58 is going to have to worry. If he's able to pull to pit road here in the next lap or two and be able to keep himself on the lead lap as he's coming to pit road, that's going to pay off huge dividends when he comes back off of pit road. And looks like Pierce Maffitt with some trouble, the 41 back into the outside wall. He'll get the car corrected and head back around the track. And he's going to have to come this time around. The 58 of Sean Mitchell, he's not going to be able to afford to keep giving up the time that he's given up right here. He's going to have to bring that machine to pit road because on the outside with the fresh tires, he's got the grip. He's kind of wound up. The 8 of Blake Hensley gets himself back on the lead lap, and look at the speed difference. Hensley already 5-car length advantage heading back into 3, and now Mitchell going to wave the white flag. He's going to go ahead and come to pit road this time around. That may put the race lead in the hands of this man right here inside that Folgers 51. John McMillan Sr. sits in second. Will he pull to pit road this time? No, it looks like he's going to keep it out for at least one more lap, try to lead a lap and walk away with some bonus points here tonight. But he better watch out because Blake Hensley is all over him right now. He's going to allow the 69 of Larry Bowling in. That's who that was to make his way up and around. Just 4.5 seconds back is where that 8 of Hensley is running right now. Brandon Key back to the 3rd. Todd McGregor in 4th. Sean Mitchell now dropping out of the top 5. All the way back to the 8th position here. Off of pit road, up to speed. Sean Mitchell able to keep himself on the lead lap, and that is going to be big. With Blake Hensley sitting in 2nd position right now, running down John McMillan Sr. in that Folgers 51 Chevy Camaro, Chevy Impala. I apologize. Look for McMillan Sr. to be down 1 lap by the time he completes his pit stop. And he's going to move right to the bottom of the racetrack and just give the fast line to that Fast 8 in contact now for McMillan Sr., who's way off pace. Well, we'll jump around the track just a little bit. Back to battle. How about this Jim Thorndike? Todd McGregor going back at it once again. 4th and 5th on the speedway. Big slide out of turn 2 for the 59 of Thorndike. watching Brendan Key trying to slowly reel back in, the race leader trying to slowly gain some of that time back. You see him all over Hensley coming to pit road there, stayed out one extra lap, and look at the difference it has made. 4.6 second advantage for race leader Blake Hensley, who's back at the front of this field. We've had 3 caution flags, 3 different race leaders, 4 lead changes so far here tonight. Hensley in first, Key back in second. Battle for third and fourth on the raceway. Jim Thorndike and Tom McGregor going at it. Hunter Collier rounds out your top 5. Sideways down the backstretch, heading back down into turn number 3. Lee Campbell, Sean Mitchell continuing to go at it side by side. It's Thorndike and McGregor. We'll go back, watch that battle unfold. Still McGregor takes the position away on the high side. Less than 100 laps to go here tonight in the DiscoverSouthCarolina.com 150 Swift MotorSports Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Wants to thank each and every one of you race fans for joining us here tonight. If you haven't already, join the quest to 3,000 subscribers. Show these drivers some love and drop them that thumbs up, hit subscribe, and smash that bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. McGregor hanging it out on the high side after Brandon Key has trouble, and he is on pit road, and he's going to be there for quite some time. Heavy right side damage for that 21. So what was the battle for third and fourth now becomes the battle for second and third, and the gap has now tripled. 13.5 second advantage for Blake Hensley. He can put it on cruise control. He's got quite a, I don't want to say an easy night ahead of him, but his night just got much easier. Keep in mind, race fans, if you want to know when Swift Motorsports is hitting the track, you can hit that subscribe and notification bell over there. You won't have to write it down, but if you need to, we'll let that information scroll back across the ticker for you. You're going to hit the track after tonight, take a little bit of holiday break. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving holiday season, and hope everybody has a happy holiday season coming up here. If you don't have your presents, you better get them soon. You don't want to be left out in the cold without a present for those that you know you should have bought. I'm not going to get into that, but with the holiday seasons approaching, do want to take a moment to say I hope everybody stays safe. I hope everybody enjoys their family time. I hope everybody has a happy holiday, and we hope to see you again trackside after the holidays, after the new year, when we hit the track running once again. We're going to head off to Gateway. That's right, Gateway. Going to kick off things after the holidays in the new year 2022. Bringing it in nice at the Worldwide Technology Raceway, January 3rd. Mark it on your calendar. Do it the easy way. Click that subscribe and smash the bell. Blake Hensley still leads this field, 13.8 seconds. Might as well say he's in Myrtle Beach by now, because he gone. He looking to go celebrate the night away. Thorndike going to take over the second position, and he's got quite a gap back, over a 1 second gap back to Sean Mitchell, who's now in third after Jim Thorndike has some trouble. Thorndike's going to have to deal with Hunter Collier, who's right behind him in that 98 machine. How about the 51 of John McMillan Sr.? He's trying to get himself back on the lead lap. Pierce Maffitt running in that 41 machine, also 1 lap down right now. Maffitt's been struggling to get himself back onto the lead lap. and contact, and around goes Thorndike. Thorndike goes around to the bottom of the racetrack. We'll stay green. And then caution now going to come out as Thorndike goes around off of the front end of Hunter Collier. Doesn't look like too much damage there out of that contact and race incident, but Thorndike goes for a big slide, and he'll rejoin the race leaders up in the 6th position, back behind the pace car. We'll join this man right here, your race leader. That's something he didn't want to see, a 14-second advantage. Well, you see it right there, 16-second advantage, completely gone. He's going to have to work through this one more time on a restart. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back as we head swift side by side. somehow, yes, Mr. Ayers, I was muted that entire time. That makes me feel really dumb. But I feel like that every day. So, I mean, hey, what's new? Oh my goodness. The drivers with trouble on track. Producers with trouble up here in the booth getting all of the audio out there for you race fans. We do apologize about that. You've seen your top 5 running order and your biggest mover of the race so far. Maffitt still trying to run down Thorndike for that 5th position, and he's going to be able to get that pass done this time around. Pierce Maffitt now moves into 5th, up 9 spots from where he started tonight's race after having multiple on-track incidents, and now a battle for that 2nd position. Thorndike falls backwards. McGregor moves to 2nd. Lee Campbell gonna now slot back in that 3rd position. He's gonna have a hungry, fast 98 of Hunter Collier right behind him. Collier looking for a few more positions here tonight. Lap number 85 now of the 150 scheduled in tonight's DiscoverSouthCarolina.com 150. Who's gonna set themselves up for the final push to the end? Sean Mitchell still down there on pit road. His pit crew thrashing away at that machine. He's going to fall way off of the lead lap. He's going to look to walk away with the top 10 still, as we have only got 9 drivers still out there on the track. Just 7 drivers left on the lead lap with a long race to go. We have still got about 60 laps before we will decide tonight's race winner. So a lot could go wrong, a lot could happen in 60 laps. We've seen a lot happen in these first 87 laps, so just stay glued to your seats, race fans. I'm telling you, this is not going to end the way you think. Will Blake Hensley be able to set himself up with a smooth ride to the end? Or will the track too tough to tame come back to bite him here a little bit later on through tonight's race? Drivers looking to make that transition as the track changes from under the sun in the sunset now to full light in the dark right here at Darlington Raceway, just southwest of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Drivers may be looking to go soak in the sun, playing the sand a little bit after a rough week here at Darlington Raceway. All 3 series for Swift Motorsports gonna be right here at Darlington Raceway here, so the holiday break host track may have a few of these drivers really ready to move off into 2022 when we hit the track once again. These drivers will be at the Worldwide Technology Raceway Gateway. That's right, January 3rd. Mark it on your calendar, or better yet, join that push to 3,000. Drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell, and you ain't got to worry about your calendar. You'll get notified anytime we go live. And Pierce Maffitt in contact with the outside wall as he's trying to make a way around the 14 of Lee Campbell, who's running in 4th. Now Maffitt way to the bottom of the racetrack. He'll grab that position, and here comes Thorndike looking for a spot as well. Oh, into the outside wall. Hard impact for Lee Campbell. More contact. Campbell hard into the wall. Across the track, almost into the side of the 59. Big trouble on the right front now for the 14. Drivers spaced out around this 1.3 mile oval, egg-shaped oval here. Now Thorndike with another Darlington stripe on the 59 car. Pierce Maffitt slowly starting to step away. As we go back to the front of this field, Blake Hensley, he's going to have short work with John McMillan Sr. He's going to put McMillan Sr. down off of the lead lap. Now that 51 sits in a lucky dog position. He's going to be praying for a caution flag because he does not have the pace inside that Folgers 51 to keep up with that 8 of Blake Hensley. Long way to go for him before he puts the next driver one lap down. The 14 of Lee Campbell now listed as the last driver on the lead lap in the 6th position. And oh no, Todd McGregor has problems. The 71 goes around. Caution on the speedway, 4th caution of the night. See, we're getting the thumbs up. Producers have that one queued up. Let's take a look and see what happened to the 71. Big pancake off the, oh my gosh. That is some hard, heavy impact. 71, I don't think he's going to be able to finish tonight's race after that one. We'll take one more look here. Already heavy, substantial damage on the tail end of that 71 Tracker Boats, Bass Pro Shops Mobile One machine, and oh my gosh. All but rips the front clip completely off of the machine as drivers head to pit road back behind the pace car. We're going to step away for a commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
And back trackside as the pace car has already ducked off. We'll set the fire things off once again. And there you go, back on the gas. Hensley set sail on the field, and away we go. On the board out of the 150 scheduled tonight in the DiscoverSouthCarolina.com. And whoa, big trouble, Jim Thorndike, hard impact with the inside wall. Thorndike gonna go ahead and pull it down to pit road. Big trouble now for that 71 of Thorndike. Big trouble now for Jim Thorndike. Todd McGregor also down on pit road. McGregor has been on pit road for quite some time. Not sure we're going to see that 71 back on the pit road. 59, he's seen with some trouble on the restart right there. He's going to have a lot of ground to go now. Way back behind the field. We are down now to just 6 drivers left on the lead lap. Jim Thorndike is the 6th and final driver on the lead lap. Larry Bowling last down, but still in that lucky dog position if we get a caution flag here tonight. Now under 250 laps remaining. We are over 2/3 of the way through tonight's race. How about the front of the field though? All night long, there has not been anybody to challenge this man right here. And there you can see that big gap once again. Blake Hensley has got Darlington figured out. You can ask the big boys in real life. Darlington really one of those guys that you get it or you don't. It's not really that friendly to the vast majority of the drivers that show up here to race here. But once you kind of figure Darlington out, you can really have solid, great runs. You can really walk away from the field by being able to get that rhythm, that smoothness back onto the throttle that you need here to not light up those rear tires, especially on corner exit or carry. That's where you pick up that heavy damage. That's where you get those Darlington strikes. So although that 8 machine has rubbed the outside wall a few times, he's rubbed it in the right way. And fortunately enough for him, he's kept it to a minimal amount of damage. We'll jump back to the battle right here. 34 on the speedway. That's Hunter Collier in the 98 machine sitting in second. Third, Pierce Mathis closing in the 41 machine. Mathis looking for a podium spot here tonight. Drivers having some trouble. Senior up into the 5th. And final spot inside the top 5. We do appreciate everybody out there. Race control and admins got some back channels going there to appreciate the audio checks and things of that nature. Do want to give a shout out to Stephen Ayers Jr., owner of Ayers iRacing Paints, sponsoring yet another season right here with Swift MotorSports Butt Kicker Ayers iRacing Paints Orchid Series. Stephen, do appreciate you keeping tuned in and making sure our audio is always great out there on the track, and we look forward to seeing what kind of paint job you throw on that paint machine. A little turn 3 arch on the track wouldn't be bad. Just saying. Just saying. It's a good color. It's a good color. Absolutely gone once again after the restart. Blake Hensley now set sail to a 4-second advantage over Hunter Collier. Lee Campbell, Pierce Mavett, all second, third, and fourth on the speedway. That's going to be your closest battles on the speedway. John McMillan Sr. way back behind Pierce Mavett in that 5th spot. Jim Thorndike, after big trouble on the restart, still sits on the lead lap, but he is in danger of falling off of the lead lap. You know, some big time house cleaning here tonight in order, and is due. Oh, big hit right there for the 14 and the outside wall. Once again, that's going to open up the door for Maffett. He's going to look to the high side here. Will it be enough space for the run? Gonna get close off the corner exit. He's going to grab that 3rd and final spot in the podium, away from that 14 of Lee Campbell. Pierce Mavett now up 11 positions into 3rd. The heavy house tonight, 14 drivers took to the starting grid. We are now down to just 7 drivers out there on the track with just 6 left on the lead lap. Tom McGregor still at the track, still trying to fix up his machine, still down there on pit road. You hear the sawzalls once in a while kick up, and some more sheet metal being hammered and riveted on. McGregor has some extensive damage to try to fix. We'll see if the 71 can get back out there on the track and gain any more position. The driver to have some big time trouble, as he's already listed 16 laps off of the race leader. McGregor, he's going to need one of these drivers to have some big-time trouble here, and have big-time trouble very soon, as we are now down under 40 laps remaining. The witching hour is slowly working its way upon us here tonight, and slowly working his way away from the field is Blake Hensley and drivers that are going to scream inspection after this one, because just class of the field here tonight. Not trying to rub salt in the wounds. Oh, and contact, heavy contact. 8 shooting sparks off of the outside wall. He's just been on another level here tonight. He's been on another zip code, however you want to call it, however you want to chop it up. This 8 has absolutely been the class of the field here tonight. Each and every time he's given up the race lead with a pit stop, he's grabbed it back very fast within a handful of laps, and absolutely walks away from anybody that's out there on the track. 4.5 seconds, and that gap beginning to build. Crossing the line that time by, we'll begin lap number 114 out of the 150 scheduled in tonight's official race distance in the Discover South Carolina.com 150. And hey, while you're down here, why don't you journey from one side of the state, head all the way over to Lake Hartwell side of things. I'll meet you down there, and we can have ourselves a good little party going on too, with some of the jet skis out there. We'll kick on the smoker, and we'll have a good old time at the Lake South Carolina. Home state for Dave of the Cave here now was up there in the beautiful nestled in western North Carolina. Made a 30-minute trip south. Yes, the weather is better. gaps between all of the drivers around the racetrack right here, so we'll just keep with your race leader and watch to see if he runs into any of these drivers having some struggles with the pace. John McMillan, your last driver on the lead lap here, as Hensley keeps into that middle of the high lane pretty much around every corner. You can see him right there through the center of 3 and 4. He kind of gets it to the middle of the racetrack and then turns it down just slightly on the corner exit, trying to give himself as much room from that outside as he possibly can. And I don't know if spotters are out there telling their drivers where this race leader is running, but drivers, if there's any crew chiefs out there watching here tonight, you need to go ahead and take notes as well. Get that to your driver. Try to have him run this line right here, because I'm telling you, it looks fast, and right now it is fast. Outside wall, the 8 Budweiser machine struggling a little bit here. He was last on to pit road back on lap number 94 under our 4th and final caution so far here, so the tires aren't too old. Interesting to see that grip level really begin to go away for these drivers. Lap times really falling off from those quick times set here tonight. A 30:05 best lap out there tonight during the race for your pole sitter here tonight, who also, he ran a sub 30-second lap in qualifying. He's been all over that with the fresh tires, turning in a 30.05. So being one of the few drivers able to translate that qualifying speed into race trim speed. Big on the stopwatch, still over a 4-second advantage over Hunter Collier, who runs in second. Tell you what, we do have an onboard camera. What do you say we jump on board, take a look at the driver in his office, getting the job done? Why don't we take a look now? I believe right there. Bring you a look right inside the office of the driver, inside of that 8 machine. Lee Kingsley getting the job done here tonight. Let's see what it looks like from above his visor. To the outside wall. Oh my gosh, that could have been a bad moment. It's gonna be a bad moment. Look at the damage on the right side. That really kicked in that right front. The driver's gonna be careful blowing a right front tire after contact with the outside wall. So we haven't seen a tire failure yet here tonight. Well, we see it for the first time this season. Lee Campbell, John McMillan Sr., both the pit road. That's going to lead both of those drivers off the lead lap. Now Jim Thorndike will take on position back in the 4th spot. So just Hensley, Collier, and Mappitt on the lead lap as we cross the line. We're going to have just about 27 laps remaining here. 26 when we cross the line next time around. Drivers hitting pit road for what should be their final stop of the night. Long pit stop for Lee Campbell. He's going to be on pit road for quite some time here. Keeping our eye on Hunter Collier. They drop the car. He's going away, heading off of pit road. 14.5-second pit stop for the 98 and his crew. Is that going to be enough to get him back into a podium spot? We'll have to wait and see how it all goes down. race leader Hensley to pit road. Does he? Oh my gosh, that was cutting that close, almost into those barrels. Here's Mappin. He's gonna stay out. He's gonna lead a lap here. He's gonna roll the dice. Hunter Collier in the 98 machine is off of the lead lap right now, sitting back in that third position. So Collier able to get back on track and stay out in front of Jim Thorndike. Best opportunity at that lucky dog position right now. Pierce Maffett continues to stay out on the track. There's the 14 of Lee Campbell trying to make his way up and around Maffett. He's going to pull the pit road this time by heavy, significant damage on the right side, as well as the rear deck lid of that Chevy Camaro piloted by Maffett. He'll bring the Peak Racing machine, the Blues Diecast sponsored 41, heads to pit road for his final stop of the night. As Blake Kinsley heads off the pit road, we'll keep our eye on this 98 of Hunter Collier. Was it the move of the night? Will he be able to get up and around Blake Kinsley? Not gonna be able to do it. Hensley gonna come off the pit road just off in front of Collier, but how about that gap? Gap just 2 seconds between Hensley and Collier, as Collier came to pit road 2 laps prior. Then Hensley, valiant effort, but just not enough to get the job done, and Hensley takes back the race. Setting sail already. Back once again is the driver inside of that machine, Blake Hensley. I've said it at least 4 or 5 times here tonight, race fans. He has been in a zone all to his own. Just absolutely dominating here tonight. My goodness. 2 seconds now, almost knocking on the door of a 3-second difference between race leader Blake Hensley and Hunter Collier. Collier back there in that second spot. Pierce Maffett sitting in third. Still your biggest mover of the race. Maffett 11 positions from where he started tonight's race. Now rounding out your top 3, big gaps from everybody on back from there. John McMillan Jr. sits in fourth. Last driver listed all the way. Listed in the lucky dog position. Jim Thorndike back in 6th. Larry Poling 7th. Todd McGregor back in 8th and 9th place. Sean Mitchell and Brandon Keane round out your top 10. Remaining here tonight, I want to call it to your attention, race fans. Look at the timing and scoring. Look at the long list of drivers listed down and out of tonight's race. That shows you just how true the moniker here, this track, the track too tough to take. The lady in black smacking up a few of these drivers here tonight. And it's been known, she's been known to give drivers fits all the time. It's not a knock on any of the drivers. It's just how tough, just how difficult this track is to go lap after lap without losing that concentration, without losing that line, to be spot on lap after lap at this 1.3-mile egg-shaped oval is just unheard of. And we said it in pre-race, we said it during the race, around those midway points. We'd be luckier to find a driver with all 4 fenders straight than we would to win the lot. It's going to be much easier to go through this field and find a driver that has no damage than it think we have a single car in the field that hasn't been to that outside wall. No real right here with your race leader, newcomer at the front of the field, snatching the pole position here tonight. He's going to run with the most laps led as well. Inside his Budweiser number 8 Chevy Impala. That's Hensley looking to put Lee Campbell another lap down. Oh, and contact Campbell into the outside wall. Lee Campbell trying to save the car. Up into the outside wall as well. Campbell trying to save the car. He's going to keep it safe, but just adding to the already beaten and battered right side of the 14 machine. Lee Campbell keeps his Ford Fusion running on the track. Your only Ford Fusion is still left out there on the track. Campbell sits in 5th. 2 laps down. We'll jump back up with your race leader, the 8 of Blake Hensley, as he's got a big time gap. 7.5 seconds to be exact. Back to second place runner, Hunter Collier, in that 98 machine. A solid run, started in 4th. Now up into that second position. Let's take a look at that 98 machine. The worst for the wear. Not as bad as some of the drivers out there. He's kept the contact to a minimum, but you still see some heavy right front damage on the 98. Collier runs in second. Biggest mover of the race so far here tonight inside that Racing Blues diecast 41 machine. You see the damage on the tail end of his car. The scrapes down the right side. He's picked up a Darlington stripe or two. Maffitt of the 11 position. Looking to try to improve his point stand. Maffitt came into tonight's race sitting 3rd in the points behind Hunter Collier and Jerry Cochran. We've seen Cochran have trouble here tonight. Collier sits in 2nd, so Maffitt will gain. And not enough top spot. We'll have to wait to see how all the points shake out by the end of the night. You know, how about this, man? I want to go ahead and give this guy some credit is due. John McMillan Sr. at one time tonight was almost 2 laps down in the Folgers 51 machine. Has found a way to get himself back onto the lead lap late in the running here tonight. Sits on the charts. Last driver on the lead lap. There's race leaders right behind him. But what a show. What a turn of events for that 51 of John McMillan Sr. able to walk away with a solid points night here. And that's going to do some good for his 6th place point standings coming into tonight's race. Look for him to jump up to, I would say, possibly maybe the 4th. Hit the track once again at Worldwide Technology Raceway. And hey, Cuban Missile Rocket himself, Roy Hernandez, checking in on the chat here. Oh, big hit. Hard hit to the outside wall for the 51 of John McMillan Sr. Heavy damage. Slow on the track after that. Race leader, the 8 of Hensley, got by the 51 of John. Put him 1 lap down to be listed as the only driver 1 lap down. And then McMillan Sr. eats the outside wall. Big impact for him. He's going to have to nurse his way around the track for just a few laps. I don't know. Your race leader keeps doing that. Hunter Collier might find himself in the catbird seat here We've seen 2 out of the past 3 laps here. The 8 has been into the outside wall. Hasn't been significant contact, but has been contact nonetheless. He's going to keep the car off of the outside wall this time. 1 and 2, he'll head back off of turn 2 back down the backstretch. Once again, all the fans in the stands. It's a packed house here for the holiday shootout at Darlington Raceway. Tonight's race brought to you by Swift MotorSports, Butt Kicker, Ayers, iRacing Paints, ARCA Series. Big shout out to all of the sponsors here with Swift Motorsports. Big shout out to Ayers iRacing Paints coming back on board for a 3rd season straight year. Big shout out to title sponsor across all of the series, Butt Kicker. Feel what you've been missing. It's about that time. There you are, the high five. How you doing? 5 laps to go for race leader, your pole sitter. He's led the most laps here tonight. He has dominated. Action-packed, wall-kicking race here in the DiscoverSouthCarolina.com. I mean, I'm kind of a loss for words. We haven't seen a newcomer come in to the ARCA series and really dominate like this, kick the doors down. He's very experienced on the track. At a tough track like Darlington, it's in its name. The track too tough to tame. The lady in black. And although he's got those Darlington stripes, it's a driver that has tamed this track the most, able to stay fast through the transition of daylight into the darkness under the lights at the racetrack now. Just 3 laps remaining, back through 1 and 2. He'll head into some laps once again. That, I believe, is the 59 of Jim Thorndike. Thorndike trying to keep himself just 2 laps down here tonight. Big trouble so far for Thorndike. Multiple race incidents for him. To get the popsicle sticks this time around. Just 2 laps remaining from Darlington Raceway. Trying to make his way around Thorndike, or does he give Thorndike enough? No. He's gonna say, I gotcha. He's gonna put Thorndike down a 3rd lap. That is unbelievable. Drivers 3 laps down here tonight. Only drivers left on the lead lap are your top 3. Crossing the line this time around. White flag, final lap for your pole sitter and race leader inside that blood. Blake Hensley has 2 corners to go. Turn 3 for the final time and around and through turn 4, coming back across the line to claim his first checkered flag and a big race win for Blake Hensley. Hunter Collier, there you can see him making his way off of turn 4. He'll come across this time around. Second position, how about the Blues Diecast 41 Peak Racing Machine. Across the line and round out your top 5, and that's gonna be it. That's gonna do it for the race here tonight. What a run for the driver inside that number 8. And as he makes his way back around to the front stretch, we should see a little bit of a smoke show. And we're gonna begin to get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interviews. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with some of your podium finishing drivers here tonight as Hensley burns it down on the front stretch. trackside at the conclusion of another crazy good race here with Swift Motorsports BUTTKICKER Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA series. We've seen a lot of drivers with trouble, but we've seen drivers conquer the track here tonight. And let's see if we can't catch up with a few of the drivers that walked away in those podium spots. What do you say we try to catch up with one of our good buddies? Let's see if we can't catch a word with the driver inside of that 41. Pierce, it's Dave. You got your ears on?
Yeah.
Hey, bud, how you doing? How you feeling after being able to walk away with a solid third place finish here tonight from the track Too Tough to Tame Darlington Raceway?
I'm feeling about as good as my car looks, so not great, but it could be a lot worse.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse. You could have been listed as one of those drivers out of tonight's race, so able to tame it enough to finish. What's your thoughts looking back on tonight? Is there anything that, besides staying out of the wall, is there anything that you and the 41 crew may have been able to do differently to gain a spot, or maybe even two?
No, not really. I just hit a lot of things. I kind of came in expecting that, though, so it is what it is. We'll move on to Gateway.
All right, well, as most drivers probably want to do with tonight's race, want to go ahead and put this one behind us. Holiday break coming up. We're going to have ourselves, I believe, 2, possibly 3 weeks off before we hit the track once again at Gateway. What are you and the crew going to do to stay fresh for when we hit the track once again?
Just hosted, probably going to do some practice with the team. Nothing too serious. I do have a couple other leagues going on that I think take less time off, so I've got some stuff scheduled up.
All right, we'll stay fresh and stay on it, because Gateway going to be another one of those tricky little tracks to get around with this car combination, but nonetheless, we'll have to see how all that goes on. With all that being said, again, congratulations on another podium finish here in season number 4. And before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home?
Yeah, everyone here at Peak Racing, Blues Diecast for hopping back on and sponsoring us again, all the drivers and admins who make this possible, and you for putting on a broadcast every week.
All right, my man. Well, again, congratulations on a great run, and we'll hope to see you after the holiday season, and stay safe, my friend, and have a happy holiday.
Thanks, you too, Dave.
All right, there you have it. Driver walking away third tonight from the track. Pierce Maffett, happy to get this one over with. Knew there was going to be some issues on track, and fortunately enough for him, he was able to pilot his machine home to a good finish. That's going to move us right along in the finishing order. Let's see if we can't talk to the driver that walked away second here tonight inside that 98 machine, Hunter Collier. It's Dave. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man. How you doing? How you feeling inside the car?
It feels pretty good to be back on the podium. It's been a while. Just comes down to bad luck and all that.
Coming into tonight's race, you were second overall in the point standings here in the ARCA series. You're in the points lead in the truck series. So knowing that we're going to be running right here at Darlington Raceway all week long before the holiday break, how did you and the crew practice? How did you split the time between the different cars in different series that you're going to be running here this week?
Well, it just comes down to practice. I've been doing a lot of practice in these cars, and I was pretty fast in qualifying, but sadly got wrecked out at the beginning. So I was lucky to get where I was. Definitely a lot of strategy, definitely a lot of luck, but in the end, I got the most out of it, and I'm expecting to have a good run in the truck series. Haven't done much practice, but hopefully we can do well there, too.
Yeah, hopefully we can catch up with you again with another post-race interview tomorrow night when we hit the track right here at Darlington Raceway. But nonetheless, Hunter, congratulations again on another podium finish here, walking away second from the track. So before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Obviously, like to thank Peak Racing and my teammates, for helping me with a good race tonight. Pierce did a lot of the strategy, and that helped with the final finishing position. I'd like to thank L&J Welding for sticking me for a year now at this point. And I'd like to thank Blues Diecast and Race Life and all those other sponsors, too, that keep this team afloat. So I also like to thank the admins and my parents. They also do a good job. And that's basically it.
All right, Hunter. Well, we would wish you a happy holiday. Well, we'll go ahead and hope and wish you have a happy holiday just in case we don't get a chance to talk to you tomorrow night. But best of luck when you hit the track tomorrow night, and we'll see if we can't catch up again.
All right, thank you, Dave. Hopefully, I'll see you there tomorrow.
All right, there you have it. The man that walked away in second place here tonight, Hunter Collier, looks to have a good, solid showing tomorrow night, once again, right here from Darlington Raceway. And that's going to move us right along to the driver that took the checkered flag in his debut race. Let's see if we can dial up and have a word with the driver inside of that 8 machine. Blake, it's Dave. You got your ears on?
Yeah, I got you, man. How you doing?
I am doing well, my friend. How are you feeling after kicking the door in on your debut, going straight to victory lane?
I'm tired after that one. That was a long race, especially here on the Lady in Black. It never felt like it was going to be over.
Yeah, Darlington, one of those. It's a 1.3 mile track, but it feels like such a long lap around this track, especially with the corners being vastly different. Was there anything special that you did tonight that was able to make you just walk away from the field the way you did? I mean, absolutely dominating performance.
Yeah, I certainly didn't expect it. Being the first race here with Swift. But no, I guess managing the tires on the restarts, not letting the wheel spin get too crazy. Just keeping the tires underneath me, and then backing up the corners to try and keep it out of the wall as much as possible. But yeah, I mean, just basically anything you could do just to get around here the cleanest way possible is how I was able to, I guess, run away.
Well, again, congratulations on one heck of a debut race here. And I like to poke some fun with some drivers and all that, but so I got to poke some fun at you. If you go back and watch the broadcast a little bit later, you're gonna hear it. So I'm gonna ask you while I got you: is that your best Luke Combs impression or something right there?
What's that?
Your driver photo, is that your Luke Combs impression or Luke Bryan impression right there?
Well, Benz, I'm not really a Luke Bryan guy. I guess I would want to do anything besides try to be like him. But I don't know what that is. That's it's just my chilling, I guess.
I hear you, my man. I hear you. Well, chilling in victory lane, chilling with a trophy, and we'll see how you go when we hit the track in the new year, 2022. We're going to kick things off at the Worldwide Technology Raceway. Gateway going to be on tap, so hopefully we'll see that 8 machine back near the front and maybe back in victory lane. But until then, before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, special thanks, love yous, I do's, thank anybody back home in Kentucky or back at the shop?
Yeah, absolutely. First off, big apologies to the 21, Brandon Key. They're pretty early on. We had a little look like neck code dust up, so apologies to him and influencing his race in any negative aspect. Most importantly, certainly don't want to race people like that or be raced like that. So, nothing but apologies to him. But also thanks to Stephen Ayers, title sponsor. He's the one who mentioned this league to me. I put out that I was looking to run these cars, and he mentioned it and was able to hook me up and get me in. So thanks to Stephen for that. Big thanks to him and the paint company for always doing my paint work for my cars here on iRacing. Does a fantastic job. 10 out of 10 would recommend him. And thanks to everybody else running tonight for a nice race. Certainly excited to come back next week and do it all over again.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we look forward to having you back at the track once again. So enjoy the debut race win, and we'll see if you can't get that 8 back to victory lane. And until then, my man, have yourself a happy holidays, and we'll see you soon.
Same to you, Dave. Appreciate it, buddy.
All right, there you have it. The driver inside of that Budweiser 8 machine walking away with the checkered flag in his debut race here with Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series. And it's not very often that we see newcomers kick in the door and dominate the way that Blake did here tonight, but he was able to get the job done at a very tough track, Darlington Raceway. And you can hear those tunes in the background, so producers ready to run down tonight's unofficial race results here from Darlington Raceway in the Swift Motorsports Butt Kickers Ayer's iRacing Paints ARCA Series. Walking away top of the speed charts, checkered flag, pole position, most laps led inside the 8 machine. Blake Hensley captures the flag. Walking away second from the track here tonight, the 98 of Hunter Collier. Pierce Maffett will round out your podium drivers. 51 of John McMillan Sr. will finish in 4th, rounding out your top 5. The 14 of Lee Campbell. Jim Thorndike gonna park the 59 machine home in the 6th position. Larry Poling finishes back in 7th, 8th place here tonight. The 71 of Todd McGregor. Sean Mitchell finishing back in 9th and rounding out your top 10. The 21 of Brandon Key. Mike Sobanowski gonna park the 12 home in 11th position, while 12th belongs to Logan Hartman. Both of the Cochrans, the Cochran clan, gonna finish 13th and 14th here tonight from Darlington Raceway, and round out the running order tonight. Admins and race officials down the hall: Justin Gann, Roy Fernandez, and Ethan Mokla keeping all of the drivers straight under the caution flag periods tonight, keeping all of them where they need to be. We do appreciate all the hard work down the hall that those gentlemen put in week in, week out. Pizza's on its way, boys, and I've got the beer as well. What a race, what a night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tomorrow night, tune in for some more great racing action here from Darlington Raceway. We're going to go ahead and begin to turn the lights out, cut the mics off, and get ready for tomorrow night's race with the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. So if you haven't already, join us in that quest to 3,000 subscribers. Show these some drivers some love and drop that thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters, we do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. So have yourself a safe and happy holidays. If we don't see you again this week, we'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until then, we'll meet you in Turn 3.